Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again, and I'm sorry, even I can be a little bit cringe sometimes. And because of that, today I'm bringing you Fizz Targon, Siren Song Xolaani. It's a deck that you're all familiar with, and it's the deck that this season I just used to reach Masters. If you're new to the channel, every season we reach Masters with a different deck. I actually have a spreadsheet below in the description that you can see all the decks that we have reached Masters, spanning all the way back to the beta season. So this season, it was only fitting that I reach Masters with a Siren Song deck, because honestly, we all know this card is completely warping the meta. So the deck of choice is the best Siren Song deck in the game right now, which is Fizz Targon, that plays reverse row, that plays Siren Song, and that plays Xolaani. It's like a full-on combo deck that just ends up with some really big one-cost units and has some really cool ways to finish up games with the Moonlight Affliction or the Xolaani or the reverse row Fearsome. So hope you enjoyed today's cringe of Fizz Targon, and if you do, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post LOR videos every single day. Enjoy the games, and I'll see you at the end for some mulligan tips. Enjoy. In this matchup, we're going against Teemo and Jack. I'm a little bit unsure what to expect here, but there's one thing I know. I got a hard mulligan everything, right? No Siren Song, no reverse row, and we still don't get either of them. This is not great for us. I'm not opposed to going Fizz, Pale Cascade. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say, I'm not opposed to going Fizz, Pale Cascade to try to get that, Oh, I think this is just gonna be a Siren Song deck, isn't it? I think this might just be a Siren Song deck. So we can play a Packet Picker here so that we have a potential blocker, knowing that next time we'll go for Siren Song. Oh yeah, you don't play that many one-drops if you're not playing Siren Song on reverse row. The problem is that I don't want to block, right? But I think I'm going to have to. I don't want to take too much damage either, especially because we don't have the lifesteal with us. Okay, so we can go Siren Song and we can potentially play the Fizz on top of the Siren Song. So it's a discard deck instead. It's like an aggressive deck, but I'm very confused about what we're playing against. Yeah, so that allows me to block this guy here. Maybe if the opponent develops something else, yeah, so okay, so we'll go like this. If the opponent develops something else, I'm not opposed to not blocking with this, but we end up doing it anyway, so like I'm not opposed to playing a Butcher, so I'm not opposed to playing a Butcher and then be able to block that way, because we didn't need to overwhelm the Fizz, but actually might actually be useful if the opponent gets Teemo. We're at 14. Do I have to be scared at 14 HP? Like, how scary is 14 HP? Against a deck that we don't know anything about. It's kind of scary. What if we Pale? What if we Pale here? Because I kind of want to get the draw. I want to get the draw more than anything else. We can Butcher. We could Butcher again. Is there anything for 2 mana that I'm concerned about? I don't think so. I don't think there's anything for 2 mana that can kill this Fizz. So I think we just double Butcher and just chill here. We have a lot of 1-drops. Promoter, okay. Ah, there we go. So they get the return range. So this is kind of like a discard. We know that the opponent has 2 Mecha Yodos in their hand, right? There's the Geoforcer.
They forced us to choose death or the
They can give the Jack some value, but I mean, we just have to block the Jack twice. Oh, they're gonna go here instead, which makes sense when you think about it. I think it makes sense to do it this way as well. We can now block here, so we have to go like this. What if we block with Fizz here so that we can keep this as a 4 health to be able to beat the Jack next turn, right? So we'll go like this. The problem is that my hand is really low value. Like, really low value. Until we get Xolaani or something similar. I heard the okay, we get the Xolaani at least. So we get the Xolaani. We could just pass. Like, is it worth it to get this damage here? I don't know that it is. I guess let's do it just in case. Let's go for it this way. We can sacrifice almost everything next turn and just have Xolaani. Teamaker, okay. The Xolaani top deck kind of saves me from a really awkward hand that I had. Reverse row, a little bit too late. So like here, we can go like this.
No fear. You cannot hold us down.
We can go like this, play reverse row. Opponent could easily have the wallop, I guess. So if they have the wallop, that could be a problem. But I still think I like the reverse row and Fizz play better. Just so that I have blockers in case that I cannot win this turn. So we reverse row with Fizz, with Xolaani. We have at least one unit. And if for some reason the opponent can survive this attack, we're still in a decent spot. Like, even if the opponent can survive, can have like a wallop or something for the Xolaani, we still have 3 units to play with. Trumpeteer, okay. So there's 2 cards that we don't know about. Opponent has double impact. We're gonna have enough blockers for days. Kaboros is not enough. I think we have to just go for the Xolaani, right? This does give me another blocker, but then we're still losing to... I guess if the opponent has 1 more unit, we lose. Ah, they don't have it. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to think, like, aside from Wallop, right? So if they have Wallop... If they have the Wallop, that could actually have been a problem, right? Because they could have Wallop and then summon the Promoter, and they have more units than us next turn. Because the impact would have been enough to do the 6 damage that they needed. So maybe we had to just develop that Xolaani last turn. But then we don't have another unit anyways, right? So I guess we talked to the Kaboros. So actually, we have played the Xolaani and then had the Kaboros. We would have gotten the double Xolaani on the field. It's an interesting consideration. I think I definitely had to just develop Xolaani last turn. But it's hard to predict that I was going to top deck the Kaboros. Because without the Kaboros, I didn't have any followers for Xolaani to actually transform. Right? So, GG's. In this matchup, we're going against Jinx. So this deck is actually really good against us, right? So it's super aggressive deck. And that's all that the opponent wants to do. Just be like super aggressive and just push a bunch of damage. Which makes me think that I'm actually going to keep this whole hand. Usually I want to harm mulligan for reverse row. For Siren Song. But I think I need to be able to like block whatever the opponent wants to do at us, right? So I'll go for the Shell Shocker first. I just want to have blockers because I need to be able to just not die to their aggression. So it's a little bit weird, right? Because we kind of slow down our game plan by not going for the Siren Song. But it's important for us to play safe. We don't have any way to heal, right? So like if the opponent actually pushes a lot of damage on us, it's going to stick. I guess we have the 1-drop, but we haven't seen the 1-drop. We could have mulligan for the 1-drop as well. That could have probably helped us in this matchup.
Anything helps.
Yep, so there's that. So we go Butcher, we block, and we should be okay. I will sacrifice this Fizz. Like, I will throw this Fizz away if opponent doesn't think I will. There's a consideration that Pearl Cascade was better.
Anything helps.
Obviously, opponent's gonna keep one like this. If they trading like this, I'm okay with this, right? So I'm gonna go here. Again, I think it's important for us to just deal this damage. To protect this damage, sorry. We are looking for the one drop for the lifesteal. For now, we just have a lot of blockers, and then we'll have the reverse row. The opponent discarded a freaking Sun Dredger, right? So the opponent discarded a Sun Dredger. I'm gonna Pale Cascade and force you to use that second option of Pythos. So if they want to use that Perilous Pastry on this guy, on this Lunari, I'm okay with that. Okay. Especially if they do it now, right? It's just buffing on my Xolaani. The problem is that it's very likely that they just have access to Jinx, right? So I'm gonna have to keep this Hush for the Jinx. If they have a Jinx here, I might have to go... Like, I want to go Reverse Row this turn.
Just you and me, Fishbones.
But if I go Reverse Row this turn, I'm taking the 4 damage from the Jinx. I think that has to be okay. And next turn will Hush her on the next attack. I don't think I have an option here, but take this 4 damage. So we'll block here and take this 4 damage, go to 14.
Not at all.
You poor thing.
Play Shell Shocker. Have another unit here and get another one next turn as well. That's a nice hit. Yeah, we can go Solari Soldier. I don't hate it. That gives me another unit that we can block with. Shell Shocker into Iron Akaboros. And then next turn we have the Hush to stop the Jinx. Get excited. Okay, so they're trying to level up their Jinx right now. I guess that's a problem for us, right? If they're able to level up that Jinx right now. I'm gonna just attack first before we commit the Shell Shocker. Okay, so even if they level up Jinx right now, they don't actually have enough to play the Rocket. So we can go Shell Shocker, Iron Akaboros, and be in a good position. And then next turn, the Tailstones to kill that Jinx. Or Sunburst. So Sunburst is even better at allowing us to kill that Jinx. And this gives us blockers. And here we go. So we can Hush or we can Sunburst. Maybe if the opponent open attacks first, I'm down to just play the Hush. Right? So this is looking good for us. Yeah, this is looking really good for us. Because I think I like the Hush. Well, do I care? Like, if I go for the Hush, I'm trading my unit away. I like the Hush. I think I'm gonna have to Sunburst. I like the Hush, but if the opponent doesn't attack, then the Hush does nothing, right? I'm gonna just Sunburst away. Opponent's down to just a single power. We can play this Fizz right here. This is pushing 10 damage next turn. Actually, a little bit more because of the Iron Akaboros. This doesn't do anything. Why play that now? Because if you have a card that you need to discard with, it would have been better for you to play that, right? So now I like this. Now I like playing the Blessing of Targon. And just healing up, right? Yeah, imagine if the opponent actually had... Like, imagine if the opponent actually had that wrench right now. They will actually get to draw. Obviously, opponent wants to block this one here. They still take 10 damage everywhere else. We go to 14, and I think being at 14 keeps me at a really healthy spot. We still have the Iron Akaboros next turn. We can have leveled up the Fizz this turn as well. I guess we can still do that with Pero. I think it's worth it to level up this Fizz, right? Gives me the additional spell. Opponent has to block. If they don't block, they just lose, right? Because if they don't block, I'm still keeping this lifesteal unit. And there we go. I mean, this deck, even when we didn't go for Siren Song, it still did exactly what we needed to do, even against a deck that's supposed to be a counter into us. And that's the game that took us to Master at 100 LP at that. I think it was important for us to not take damage earlier. I know it seems counterintuitive to what this deck wants to do, where you don't want your units to die until they get buffed up. But we don't want to take damage early either, right? Because every time that those units stay alive and keep attacking us, it's more and more damage. So you have to just trade with them early on. So, GG's. In this matchup, we're going against Bar and Garen. So is this just elites with just a little bit of Bar in there? Very likely, right? I think I'm down to just try to look for Siren Song. I'm so lucky, man. When I'm playing this deck, I never see Siren Song. I don't even see the reverse row. Wow. Wow. I'm so lucky. Cat Sworn. Come on. Come on. This is the only downside of this River Rose decks, that if you don't get your Siren Song or Reverse Row, it feels really bad, right? Okay. I might have to actually play something, right? Yeah, I might have to actually just play something, just so that we're not getting killed. But walk for a reverse row. Oh, oh, I want a reverse row. Oh. We're gonna Pel Cascade this turn so that we can actually try to draw it. We still don't get it. Still don't get it. Feels bad. Very, very bad. Okay. So, no reverse row. Alright, so the Anakaboros gives me some draw. That's the Siren Song. Okay, that's not bad. So we can go Packet Picker and go Shell Shocker. Knowing that next turn we can have the Siren Song. Opponent has a bunch of Squires. Champion Strength is going to be a problem, but I guess we have Moonlight Affliction. Opponent should just attack right now. Opponent needs to attack right now, right? And try to trade before I buff my whole board up. Yeah. Okay, I'll take this one. So I'll take it like this. If you want to give me this, if you have double form up, you have double. I'm okay with that. So I'm actually okay with this. We'll go here. We have the life steal, right? And even if the opponent has champion strength, we have the Moonlight Affliction, which lets me get some value from the opponent's attacks, right? So we'll go here, we have lifesteal, we go to 4. We finally got what we needed, which is great for us. Let's go here. Second Moonlight Affliction. And let's go second Divine Clerk. The problem is if the opponent has champion strength right now. I mean, if they have champion strength right now, it's not a big deal, because they don't get the scout. Champion strength is scary next turn, not this turn. At this point, now we're looking for Xolaani, right? Our units are buffed up. The moment we get Xolaani, opponent's going to be in a really bad spot. We can save the Xolaani Soldier for next turn. They're actually going to use it this turn. Wow, okay. So I think I'm cool with this, right? Like I said, we're still blocking everywhere. So we still get to block everywhere. And heal up a little bit. And opponent cannot play a second champion strength next turn. So we'll go like this. We'll play the Jagged Butcher. Keep this Divine Clerk. It's not ideal, right? It's not ideal, but it's not game losing either because we have the lifesteal. So we can go for the Xolaani Soldier here. Okay, now that's a problem. But that's okay still because we have the Hush. So this would be 3-3. No, that's still not enough. So if we want to do the hush, we have to do the hush now. Sorry, if we want to do the silence, we have to do the silence now. And then we gotta go like this. Yeah, so we gotta do the silence now because we cannot have those units challenging my lifesteal away. Still really tough spot. And we don't have Xolaani. We will have to get Xolaani top deck next turn for us to be able to be okay. Not only that, but we were forced to play this without the Daybreak. I still think opponent would have been better off playing Champion Strength this turn. Now, of course... Alright, cool. The problem is a second Champion Strength here. No, they just lose now, right? We top deck what we needed, so even if the opponent has Champion Strength, they just lose. Yeah, like... Think about this. Think about how this game went. We literally had nothing the whole game long. And we still somehow managed to get to this point. Wow. Wow. Well, GG's. In this match, we're going against Neeko. Oh, we're going against Briz. Riot Briz. So Neeko Norra against a Rider. Okay, so I definitely have to just look for Siren Song, right? Like I need to show Riot how powerful Siren Song is. We don't get it. Okay, so Briz is using... Okay, never mind. I was gonna say Briz is using his riot powers to prevent us from getting Siren Song. And that could be a problem. I think I'm gonna commit the Divine Clerk to die this turn. Right? So... Actually... Do we do it on the Fizz? No, I think I can take this damage. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just take this damage. At first I was thinking about blocking, but I don't think it's necessary. I think I can just take this damage, play the Siren Song, and just heal it up with the Divine Clerk. So we'll go like this. We'll have the double Divine Clerk, so the damage doesn't matter to us. Spell Shield as well. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, so let's go here.
We have gone long without justice, but keep hope alive.
Now this guy's gonna be a 4 next turn, so that is gonna be a little bit annoying. We probably gonna play the Fizz. I like this Fizz. It's gonna make it least likely for the opponent to attack with their Norra. Right? Oh, reverse row. We want to play reverse row on our attack turn, by the way. Okay, there's their thing, right? So this allows me to play Pel Cascade and kill both, right? So we can go like this. So we can go Pel Cascade here, and I think we sacrifice both and kill their Norra. Unfortunately, Pearson, that's kind of cute. I think it's reverse roll time, right? So it's reverse roll time. Hope that the opponent doesn't have a way to kill my units. We have enough blockers. The opponent could easily have a Neeko here. Like, any of these could be Neeko. I'm not concerned about the Bone Hive, just because of the Moonlight Affliction. Well, we know that if it's a Neeko, it's going to be the commander, right? But that's not true, because Neeko has to be from her regions. Yeah, so for Neeko, it cannot be the commander, right? So we go like this. Opponent's pushing a lot of damage. If we go for the Hush, the Fizz is dying no matter what, right? So why don't we just go like this?
Real good to see you.
Why don't we go like this? Iron Akaboros, we take the 9. I'm okay keeping the Bone Hide on the field for now. Going against the Owlcat, unfortunately. Iron Akaboros, and then we're just looking for Xolaani at this point, right? I'm gonna just play the soldiers out so that they get buffed here.
Discipline and conviction.
So playing the soldiers gives them buffs. We can sunburst the bone clay. Yeah, okay, so the opponent has double fearsome blocker. We can still sunburst the Tritail, the Bonehide Tritail. Oh, that's unfortunate. So we can sunburst the Tritail so that the opponent doesn't have a good blocker for the drop border. Next time we have the Hush, and we have a second reverse row. And okay, yeah, Siren Song, my friend, right? Riot, that's an example where you need to nerf Siren Song. Like, it let me just get so good trades against them that it just made it really easy for us to outvalue them because we have so many one drops, right? And even the Anakaboros putting some value there, so GG's. In this match, we're gonna against Samira Jinx, right? So Samira Jinx, super aggressive deck. We could get the one drop, right? So the one drop with lifesteal will probably be the best card that we could get here. I'm gonna mulligan everything except for reverse throw, and there it is. So we can go Divine Clerk. That's pretty good. How much damage am I willing to take early on? I have to be worried about Samira here, right? I think I'm down to play this Fizz and block with the Fizz. I don't want to take so much damage that I have to be concerned about how much damage I take. Okay. Alright. They get a pretty crazy start right here. Yeah, so they just get a pretty crazy start. We do have the reverse row now. Sorry, the Siren Song with the Divine Clerk. Hopefully we get something nice from this Siren Song, like elusive, so that we can actually lifesteal. The opponent could have Fervor, but the Fervor is fine. Spell Shield is huge. The Fervor is fine, right? It does deny some value. Yeah, that's a problem. So that's a problem right there, because it means that I cannot attack into the Sun Dagger.
We have need of you.
I want to block this one over anything else. The concern here is that I don't have anything else, right? I don't have anything else that I can do. If the opponent plays Fervor next turn, or if they have a Samira here. So a Samira here with the Challenger gets them there. Okay. You have to Fervor now, right? You didn't Fervor? I'm so confused. So we reverse row. So the reason we reverse row first is so that we can get additional blockers. We can Siren Song and have a second Divine Clerk now. And now the opponent has to have double Fervor to be able to stop my healing, right? So that Divine Clerk top deck was actually so clutch. Yeah, so that was a really clutch Divine Clerk. Alright, so they're gonna look to kill this, right? They're gonna look to kill this. But they're gonna get punished by just having a second Divine Clerk. Opponent technically could have another blowback. There it is. But the second Divine Clerk punishes them and he stays alive with regen for next time.
We have gone long without justice, but keep hope alive.
Unfortunately, sometimes that's how the cookie crumbles, right? Like, there's nothing that he can do here, and I have regen anyways. So all that 6 damage that they just did with the blowback, we just healed it back up. And next turn, our Divine Clerk becomes a 7. Sorry, an 8/7, right? So that's one of the problems of this Siren Song deck. The fact that we also have access to Divine Clerk to beat the aggressive deck. So GG's. in this matchup, we're gonna against Karma Sett. Okay, so I actually think Karma Sett, if the opponent plays it correctly, does have a good matchup against Fizz Targon, right? Because you have a stuff for Aftershock, so you have Aftershock for the reverse row, and you have Bastaya and Deny for you have Bastaya and the Deny for the other stuff, right? For the Siren Song. So you have two ways to deny the Siren Song, and you have one way to kill the reverse row with your Aftershock. So ideally, opponent is actually playing it smart here. We'll see. I would like to play the Solari Soldier, but I think I'm gonna start with the Anakaboros first. And just open attack. No Siren Song is a little bit unfortunate. Yeah, that's fine. We eat up this high note, which means that another Anakaboros is going to create a new unit next turn. That's fine. Opponent did the high note on a unit that was buffed. Very likely that the opponent is going to just try to go for... Like, it's very, very likely that the opponent just tries to go for the Aftershock here, right?
Awesome day for progress.
If they have the Aftershock, do I just eat it up anytime soon?
Raise your weapons
I think I'm okay going here and going Fizz. And then playing the Anakaboros and attacking again with everything. I think I just put a lot of pressure on them. Ooh, that's interesting now. I like the Siren Song better. So we can Siren Song. I like forcing the deny here. I like forcing the deny, right? It still sets up my Fizz to give it elusive. So I like forcing the deny out of them, right? So then we have the Sunburst for the set next turn. Which I think I'm cool with this. We can play the reverse roll after our attack.
Watch your toes.
And force the Aftershock here too. And the reason that I like forcing the Aftershock mana right now, I guess the problem is, if I do this reverse roll, opponent gets free reign to kill my Fizz, and I think I'm okay with this. I think I'm okay letting them kill the Fizz or get the Aftershock. They don't have the Aftershock and don't even kill the Fizz, so I'm chilling. So now the opponent knows that we have a bunch of fearsome attackers next turn, unless they have the Aftershock here. And we even get a free value from the Dust Petal. If the opponent plays Sett, we can go Sunburst, and this is why I was okay eating up the deny last time. Because now the opponent has no deny for this Sunburst. Okay, cool. We'll play the Solari Soldier.
All unbelievers will see the light.
Do you have... There's no thing as a thermal. And this is a pretty big attack here. Everything has fearsome. Let's force out more answers by playing this Anakaboros. Yeah, not having the Aftershock feels really bad for the opponent. If the opponent has Aftershock, this match is completely different. Because we got 2 units out of this. Now, they could have Caustic Rift. They don't have it. Okay, I was going to say, they could have Caustic Rift twice, right? But that's not what they had there, right? So double Caustic Rift will actually kill the Fizz. But it would have been a big commitment as well to have double Caustic. So, unfortunately, sometimes, even after the deny, we just got exactly what we needed. So, GG's. Hey everyone, welcome back. Hope you enjoy this games of Fizz Targon. Part of the reason that I wanted to showcase this deck today as well, aside from just reaching Masters with it, is because I do think it's one of the most powerful decks in the current meta, right? So it's one of the most powerful decks in the current meta, and tomorrow, Saturday, we have the Runeterra Open. So if you're looking to participate in the Runeterra Open, whether you're planning to play this deck or beat this deck, you have to take into account how you're going to deal with Siren Song, right? So you have to understand how to play this deck so that you can understand how to beat it, or if you decide to play yourself, understand how the matchups go. Overall, this deck is very powerful, right? Like, you have a lot of ways, right? You're not relying just on Siren Song. Like, if you don't draw the Siren Song, you still have Reverse Row, right? So this is why this version kind of ends up being better than like Evelyn Targon, or better than like Aatrox. I guess Aatrox still gets to play both Siren Song and Reverse Row, right? But this version ends up being better than like Evelyn Target because it lets you play Reverse Row, which Evelyn doesn't let you do that, right? So that's why this version kind of ended up taking foothold over that, even though the husk can sometimes create some really crazy scenarios when you have Evelyn and the Siren Songs involved. And again, it's because obviously you're going to harm mulligan, right? You're going to harm mulligan for Siren Song, but you can also harm mulligan for reverse throw. So even if you don't have Siren Song in your hand, if you're able to keep a reverse throw, you at least guarantee that you can get some of your units to get buffed up and be able to work towards your Xolaani level up, or just push a ton of damage with all these fearsome units that the opponent potentially doesn't have good blockers for, right? And even if they have good blockers for them, it hurts to block them because they know that every buffed up unit that they block is just going to be another unit that buffs up our Xolaani. It's really, really easy with reverse throw or Siren Song, either one of them, to be enough to really get you where you need to be on getting your Xolaani enabled, right? So that's the idea. Hard mulligan reverse throw, hard mulligan for Siren Song, start buffing your one-drop units. And the reason why this deck does so well is because you have so many of those one-drop units. So once you have the reverse throw or the Siren Song on the field, it doesn't matter how much the opponent is trading into you, you're able to easily refill the board over and over again. And to add insult to injury, we even have the Ayaka Boros, which is another reason why this deck is better than the Evelyn versions, because you're able to get this draw that those Evelyn Targon decks are not able to find out. So this draw card lets you draw a lot of your other units, or potentially your Xolaani, as well as getting you a 1-drop that's going to potentially be 6-3, potentially be a 3-3 if you already play the Siren Song this game, right? So obviously you have a lot of 1-drops. They do their thing. We do like the Lunatic. It does bring in the pocket picker so they can sit in just with Fizz, giving us the spells to use with Fizz. Fizz is a really nice win condition if people don't respect it, because Fizz can get really big if you play Fizz after your Siren Song, because the Fizz will have the husk, right? So Fizz is going to come down as a 5, right? There's 2 Siren Song and then Siren Song buffing up the husk, right? So it's going to come down as a 4/4, which is going to be really difficult for the opponents to deal with, and it's going to kind of create a ticking time bomb that the opponent is going to have to deal with, right? Then let's talk about the rest of our units. Obviously, Xolaani is the biggest unit that you have in this deck. It's not that difficult to get her to be into her transform state by turn 7 or 8, and ends up just winning you the game of the spot, as you saw today in some of the matchups, especially against that poor Elites player, how we just stopped the Xolaani, and that was enough for us to win the game. Like, it's kind of ridiculous how this card is just a turn 7 win the game in a lot of situations. If we move on to the spells on the side of things, the other cute way that you can win a lot of games is through Moonlight Affliction, right? Moonlight Affliction is really nice, not only to silence a critical unit that the opponent might have, but also potentially in your attack token, you can actually remove fearsome blockers, allowing you for your reverse throw to have a really impactful turn, because you can have a bunch of fearsome units and remove fearsome blockers that the opponent cannot deal, and that way the opponent has no blockers, and all of a sudden you're pushing like 16 or 20 damage, right? That's why it's also a lot of times important to play reverse throw on your attack token, so that when it switches back to your next attack, that's when reverse throw triggers and you're able to open attack and not give the opponent an opportunity to be able to have any fearsome blockers or any way to react to that open attack, right? Additionally, we have the Targon Tailstones. It's a little bit worse than the Moonlight Affliction, but I like it as a 2-off instead of having 3 and 1, because the Moonlight Affliction, the Targon Tailstones could be useful with Fizz to buff him up, or could potentially give you like a get out of jail card with the Hush, or even with the Invoke in very rare occasions. Spell Cascade is really nice for some draw engine, and then the Sunburst is just there for the mirrors. It's the best way to be able to deal with the opponent's Xolaani, because you can just Sunburst their Xolaani away, but can also be really useful against a lot of other decks, like if you're trying to kill, like, I don't know, like a Kaisa or an Evelyn, for example, or any of those big beefy units that the opponent might have, heck, even like Ilaoi or something like that. Or as you saw against the Karma Sett, we used it to kill the Sett, right? So it has a lot of flexibility of what you can use the Sunburst on, and that's why I think it's important in this deck, right? So anyways, I think that kind of breaks down what each card in this deck does. Again, this deck is very powerful, as I'm sure you all know if you've been playing at all in this patch. The mulligan is really straightforward: reverse throw and Siren Song. Just mulligan your whole hand to try to get those cards. Nothing else matters. it's better to get those cards. You have so many 1-drops that you'll eventually get your 1-drops, so there's no reason for you to try to keep those. The only one is sometimes the Divine Clerk can be worth to keep if you want against aggro. You kind of saw how impactful Divine Clerk was in the Samira Jinx matchup, but even then, it's usually probably better to still try to go for your Siren Song and your Reverse Roll, so that you're able to get a lot more value into your hand and into your 1-drops. But anyways, I think that'll be it for us today. Tomorrow we have a fun one. We're gonna have some Jack's Teemo gameplay. It's a really cool deck that I saw in the stats, so I hope you stick around to watch that. If you like our content, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post LOR videos every single day. You can also find us on Twitch at Sirturmund. We stream every now and then, and you can also find us on Discord and Twitter. The links to those are both in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again tomorrow, and good luck to those of you participating in the Runeterra Open. Enjoy your day.